What's up everybody, Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today I am super stoked to be bringing you the review of the brand new Target exclusive Black Series Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker, and this one is of course in the referential package to the original Clone Wars 3 3/4 inch line. So you've got the Clone Trooper helmet packaging there. Looks very nice. I honestly cannot believe that I just found these figures. Literally just walked into Target and there they were on the shelves. I also got Echo. So of course you can expect a review for him as well. But first we're going to jump into Anakin here. Super excited. So let's just go ahead. We'll take a quick look at the package and then of course we'll dig into the figure. Of course, up close here, you can see there is an image of Anakin from the Clone Wars. You have the name right there, the 50th Lucasfilm logo. Of course, there's just a better look at the figure and the card back. On the back of the figure here, of course, you've got the Clone Wars logo, Anakin, the 50th, the timeline here. So we are in 2008. And of course, it has the generic 50 years of Lucasfilm blurb down at the bottom. So there is no bio on these figures, but here's some more stuff there. And of course, you've got the barcode here down at the bottom. So let's not waste any more time. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's go ahead. We'll take a quick look at the accessory and then we'll jump straight into the figure. All right, and first up, here we go. His one and only accessory. It is, of course, his trusty lightsaber. Now with a really nice reflective silver paint job. Really clean red button application there, and of course the black paint does look good, and you can see there is the little nub there for some weapon storage. We've got some more red on the back of the hilt there, and of course the saber itself is a nice cool light blue. The blade is of course removable, and for the storage here, the lightsaber just plugs in there. Doesn't really want to go in very far though. Not trying to push real hard, but this is a softer rubber. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. And here is Anakin out of the packaging, looking absolutely fantastic. Of course, it helps that I'm super hyped that I just found this figure in the wild, but it does really look awesome. And I think it represents the Clone Wars version of Anakin pretty well. Of course, as you can see, it does have a photoreal face, but it is not quite Hayden Christensen. But you can see here on the figure, there's definitely some reuse involved, but we do have a lot of new stuff going on, which is very exciting. So let's go ahead, we'll get him off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, so here we go, and taking a look right at the photoreal face. Yeah, I'm not really getting a whole lot of Hayden Christensen. If we just do like a quick side by side, of course this is the episode 3 Anakin. Oh, I guess, you know, you can kind of see it. It's kind of there. And then maybe with a little episode 2 right here. Okay, all right, I can see some similarities when I put them side by side, but still definitely seems like they must have gone for a mix of the animated face combined with Hayden Christensen. Of course, you still have the scar on the side right there, and that looks really nice. And the photoreal is applied very well. Not too shiny this time around either, so I definitely like that. They did go for a sort of more Clone Wars inspired haircut. As we all know, it's definitely like an in-between episode 2 and 3 style. And I think this is represented pretty well right here. You can definitely see there's some nice sculpt work going on there. And I think overall translating the head from the animation to a more realistic look did turn out pretty well. Moving down here, you can see this is like a soft rubber overlay on the figure there, so the clone armor is nice and pliable, and you can see there's the Jedi Order logo right there, cleanly applied, and it looks really awesome. Like the maroons under here, and I think the arm is reused there, and maybe even the body underneath, but well, actually no, because this is updated and it has butterfly joints there, but definitely the upper arms look like they're from episode 3 Anakin, which is not surprising, but the forearms here do look new, or they at least have new, deeper, single jointed elbow cuts, but you can see the details of the glove here. Looks pretty nice. Anakin does have a trigger finger for some reason. I guess if you want to give him a blaster. You can see the belt right here does have some nice gold paint on it and decent sculpting. And of course, this continues on the soft plastic. And there is some soft goods underneath for this skirt piece. So that looks really nice. Got some pouches here on the back of the figure, and there is some nice texturing details throughout the figure. Of course, the maroon underneath costume has texture to it, and so does the outer rubber here, so it looks really nice. And moving down here, you can see that these are, in fact, the episode 3 legs, which are not the greatest legs in the world, in my opinion. But I guess it's not really surprising that they would reuse these legs again, because every single Anakin figure so far has been on these legs, so why stop now? But it does still look accurate to the costume, in my opinion, so, and you don't really have to see them that much, you just kind of see the boots. But as we all know, once you flex the double knee, that's when things kind of get a little rough. But yeah, as far as a Black Series representation of a Clone Wars Anakin, I think this is really solid. Now let's move on to the articulation here. You can see that Anakin does actually look up really far. He's got the double neck peg there, so there's a ball joint at the bottom and of course at the skull there, so really nice movement there. And he can also look down really far. Of course, the head does rotate. And you do get side to side here. The arms here can fully extend out. You can see that the softness of the armor here doesn't impede the articulation, so that is very nice. The arm does rotate around, but of course then you gotta, fiddle with the shoulder pad to get it back in the right spot. This one's also kind of out of place, but there you go. And here we have an updated single jointed elbow, which is very nice, because at least we get more than 90 degrees, so that definitely helps. Of course, it swivels and the wrist rotates around, and unfortunately has the horizontal hinge on both hands. And like I said earlier, we do get the addition of butterfly joints here, so that is always nice. I always love when the butterfly joints show up. As far as his crunch is concerned, you can get about that far forward and that much backwards, so not a whole lot of crunch. But of course you do get rotation there, and you do get some side to side as well. For the leg, Anakin can kick out that far. He can do the splits about that far. Has a really nice kickback. A double jointed knee that works great, but looks terrible in my opinion. I hate the way that little kneecap piece looks. And of course you do get thigh swivel. And for the feet here, they go down very far. They do go up a little bit. And of course he does have peg holes and ankle pivot there. So as far as an articulated Anakin goes, this is definitely the best one we've gotten so far. And I'm so happy that they did decide to give him a lot of new pieces. Definitely having the updated elbows and those butterfly joints really are going to help with this figure's posability. So I'm very happy that despite them reusing the legs, which ultimately aren't that bad, at least articulation wise. So now we're going to go ahead and put Anakin back here, and I will show you how he scales with a ton of other Black Series figures. Of course, starting out, we have the Archive Episode 3 Anakin and the Episode 2 Anakin. So you can see that, yeah, they are all pretty much similar in height. Episode 2 does look a little bit shorter because he has one of his knees bent, but there you go. Of course, we've got Padme and Obi-Wan. Moving on here, we've got the Season 7 Clone Wars Ahsoka and Mace Windu. Then Captain Rex and the original 501st Clone Trooper. Next up with the 332nd Clone Trooper and the brand new Gaming Greats Cal Kestis. And you know we have to throw in some Clone Wars villains, so we've got Count Dooku and Ventress. And last but not least for the Black Series, General Grievous and Cad Bane. And moving on to some import stuff, we have the Clone Trooper Bandai model kit and the Bandai movie realization Shadow Stormtrooper. And last but not least, the SH Figuarts Tank Pilot and the Mafex First Order Stormtrooper. So there you have it. There was my review for the brand new Target exclusive Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker. I really do enjoy this figure. It's definitely a nice update articulation wise. Of course, I think the costume overall really does represent his Clone Wars look. And while maybe the likeness might not be what you want it to be, it's still pretty good. You know it's gonna be Anakin. There's no question in your head who this character is. So of course I recommend picking this figure up. Hopefully you can find it in your local Target. They are hitting stores now, so definitely go out there and get on the hunt. Of course, if you enjoyed my review, don't forget to leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about the Black Series here on the channel. I'm Nate from Out of the Basement. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.